See, yesterday, now, what was that, the 18th? April 18th, as the day that Sarah had the accident, the very bad accident that disrupted our family. Yesterday, we were having a really great day. Just got back from the first leg of the tour, and I was with my family at the house and my daughter. We saw her off to her prom. It was a really good day.
A normal Saturday night, a mom, her little girl, a backyard trampoline, and then one single second, everything changed. Sarah J. Roberts, co-pastor with one of the most influential megachurches in America, nearly lost her ability to walk, not in a car crash, not in some dramatic crisis, on a trampoline. And if you think that's just a minor accident story, stay right here, because what happened next, what her husband Touré said from the pulpit about it, will shake something inside you. Let me give you the full picture, because the timeline of the night is important. It was Saturday, April 19th, 2026. The Roberts family had just seen their older daughter off the prom. Think about that. A celebrity evening, a family milestone, joy in the house. And then Sarah, being the kind of hands-on mom she is, went to play with her 10 years old daughter Ella on their backyard trampoline. Just a mom playing with her kid. She was in the middle of the game with Ella when she landed on her neck, and instantly she heard several pops. If you have ever heard that sound or even imagine it, you know that's not a sound you shake off. That's not a "I'll walk it off in the morning" situation. Ella called her dad, Touré, called 911, and the nights that started with the prom photos ended in an emergency room. Here's where I need you to really listen, because the medical details are here serious. 2 hospitals, several scans. Hours later, doctors confirmed she had fractured her neck, herniated disc, and endangered areas of her spine that could have left her paralyzed. Fractured her neck, herniated disc, endangered area of her spine. Sarah J. Roberts described the situation as a close call, noting the outcome could have been far more severe if the injury had occurred slightly differently. She put it herself in 5 words that hit like a gut punch: one disc up or one disc lower, and this would have been a different testimony. Read that again. One disc. The difference between paralysis and recovery was the weight of a single spinal disc. That's it. That's the margin. Doctors confirm she will not require surgery at this time. That alone is a miracle. And she'll be wearing a neck brace for 4 to 6 weeks to keep her neck stable and avoid further damage. Sarah posted from her hospital bed, no filter, no PR spin, just raw honesty. A photo of herself in a neck brace, lying in a hospital bed, posted to her 3 million followers, and her words: "Last night was scary. I was almost paralyzed, but God did not see fit to let that be my story." That's not a performative faith statement. That's a woman who laid in a hospital bed, staring at what could have been, a choose to speak from what is. She did not minimize it. She said it was scary. She acknowledged the weight of it, but she refused to let the trauma be the headline. She made deliverance the headline, and then she said something that honestly stopped me cold. "I am soaking in the presence of kindness of God and in the love of friends and family, soaking, not surviving, not enduring, soaking." That's a different posture entirely. Now here's the part that people are talking about. On April 19th, 2026, Pastor Touré Roberts stood at the pulpit of the Potter's House to preach. Before his sermon, he addressed the congregation, asked them to lift Sarah in prayer, and share what had happened the night before. Think about the courage that takes. Your wife is in a hospital bed. You just spent the entire night in an emergency room. You just watched doctor describe scenarios involving paralysis. And you still show up, you still stand. And for what church in that moment, which circulated quickly online, he did not just ask for prayer. He reframed the entire experience. He spoke about having to thank God not just for what he did, but for what he did not allow. People online responded to that. One comment summed it up when Pastor Touré said he had to thank God from the place of what he did not allow. My soul felt that. That's a different kind of gratitude. Most of us say thank you for the blessing we can't see. But Touré was standing in the pulpit grateful for the paralysis that did not happen, grateful for the surgery that was not needed, grateful for the wheelchair that was never rolled in, gratitude for the absence of devastation. That's a level of faith most people only reach after years of losing a grief. And here he was modeling in a real time, hours after the crisis in front of 1,000 people. That's not a performative, that's forged. And for those who need to full context, here's Sarah Jake Roberts is. She's the daughter of Bishop T.D. Jakes, founder of the Potter's House, a 30,000 members in megachurch in Dallas, Texas in July 2025, following her father's near fatal heart attack during the sermon in November 2024, where doctors told him he was 5 minutes from death. T.D. Jakes passed the leadership of the church to Sarah and Touré Roberts. She became co-senior pastor of one of the most significant churches in the world, and she stepped into the saying it was her word, terrifying. She also a best-selling author who has spoken openly about being a teen mom, going through a divorce, and dropping out college. She built her platform not on perfection but on honesty. The Women Evolve ministry she founded has reached millions of women globally. And now, barely a year into her pastoral leadership, she is laying in a hospital bed with a fractured neck. The enemy picks his moments, doesn't he? Hear what I want to leave you with you. Because the story is not just about a trampoline accident, it's not celebrity gossip, it's not just a prayer request, it's a reminder. Life does not warn you, it does not wait for a convenient time, it does not hold off because just you got promoted, it does not pause because your father just handed you the mantle of 30,000 member church. It does not care that your daughter just went to the prom, a regular Saturday night, a backyard trampoline, and in 1 second, everything. But here's the other side of that coin. Grace also does not warn you, it just shows us one disc up or down. And this is a completely different story. But that's not what happened. The disc held, the spine held, the outcome held. Sarah wrote from the hospital bed, rest and recovery will give my body a chance to heal. Not why me, not anger, not bargaining. Rest, recovery, wisdom. That's maturity. That's someone who has been through enough to know that healing requires surrender, not performance. We are praying for Sarah Jake Roberts 4 to 6 weeks in a neck brace, a season of stillness for a woman who has been running hard, carrying a global ministry, stepping into her father's legacy, leading her family. Maybe God uses a neck brace the same way He uses everything else, to make you stop, to make you receive, to force the pause you don't have taken your own. And to Touré, who stood in the pulpit the very next morning and found a way to be grateful for what did not happen. That's the kind of faith that teaches people, not just sermons. the Saturday nights, not just the partying, the parking lot of a hospital at 2 a.m. in the morning. That's where real faith is built. Send some love to Sarah. Drop in the prayer to comments and share this if it meant something to you. I'll see you in the next one.